very blurry. Not used to looking at myself in the camera when I'm doing these videos. I got it flipped around for the first time where I'm looking at myself in the camera. It's kind of weird. It's not something I'm really gonna like doing very much. Going on camera like this. Anybody that knows me or watches my videos knows why I feel that way. It sounds weird and superstitious. There's nothing superstitious about it. They put false terminologies on that to confuse us, but it makes sense. It's about ego. You know, you can listen to them talk about it in the religions and everything like that, about how important it is to show some, what's the term I'm looking for? Just show some face and not be so egotistical, and I'm trying to think of the terminology. But really what it boils down to is that we're stealing credit for the true creator's work first, as these images that make up us, you know, because they're not our images, so we're taking credit for it, you know. We can say that I comb my hair this way and I, you know, cut my eyebrows so I don't have a long eyebrow going all across my forehead. I'm the one that shaved. I'm the one that put on a clean shirt, you know, that kind of thing to make myself look presentable. But it's all still taking credit for the true creator's imagery. And I'm going to just point out a bunch of shit. It's only going to be a 20-minute video because I just wanted to come on and talk a little bit about some of the things I'm going through. But on that, you know, it's trying to stay on note and on topic with that. It is fucky that we do this, you know, because everywhere you go on YouTube, everybody's got the camera in their face and it's all about them. And I don't think they realize that. And some of them, and I understand that, you know, you want to be able to look, someone to look you in the eyes when they're talking to you so that, you know, you get a feel for them and you think that you can read them. I'll just say about that, it's useless because we're all liars, all of us. We can't help ourselves. Our knowledge, everything that we know of, everything we think of as intelligence, all the information that our memories hold, they're all lies. So looking each other in the eyes, which is not really looking each other in the eyes because I'm looking at a camera, I'm really looking at myself. Maybe if I had somebody else up on the other monitor over here, that I was talking to or something like that, I would see. But still, again, it's all about, and people request this. People want to see who it is they're dealing with. So when I do my videos, like on my Miguel Everyone channel, my computers are so damn slow. So behind my left shoulder here is my Miguel Everyone channel. I'm just going to hit play on these videos. In the last, 8 to 10 videos that I just did, they're not me. It's what I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to show you the system. I'm trying to show you that we can all see it for ourselves. This thing is so fucking slow. We can all see it for ourselves. We don't need to see each other like this. I mean, it's not like end of the world bad, but you know, one thing leads to another, you know, and then. You know, this guy, John Campbell, who I wanted to talk about. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about real quick is John Campbell, one of his videos got taken down. I was misspelling his name. It's Campbell, Campbell. John Campbell. But he is really good, but he only talks about medical industry. He's was a nurse all his life and a therapist, I believe, psychiatrist, and I'm just gonna blow this up while I'm talking. And he's a really nice guy. I would like to do a series to him, but I know that my channel's just gonna get shut down because there's not much I can talk about anymore openly. But this, this, I can actually talk about openly. So I should probably bring the camera down because it's a lot of glare there going on. I don't know what I could do to change that. I ain't gonna do it. Maybe that'll do it. I mean, this is the advantage to doing this, I guess, is that at least I can line up cameras and stuff like that and be able to see. But there's a lot of glare going on there, and I can't zoom in or out when I'm in this mode. It's not coming from the light, because the glare from the light is right here. So it's not from the light, but I can't see for shit. So that's, again, so you want to look at me? I mean, what the fuck is so stupid, really? You know what I mean? For me to be doing this, I mean, I should be behind the camera showing you all the imagery in here, because this is one of the videos, and it's a really good video. And all I see in there is glare, from what I can tell. I don't know if it's going to transfer or not, but anyways, on the Miguel Everyone channel, I'm going to just pick it up here. On the Michael Oziak channel, I'm just going to save it for when I'm just going to say, it's fucking weird. I'm going to save the Michael Oziak channels for when I get shut down on the Miguel Everyone channel. I'm going to label everything on the Miguel Everyone channel. I may do a series to John Campbell, but I'm not going to be able to use his videos in order to do it, as I usually been trying to do. I guess it doesn't matter, no matter who I go with. Then the other fucked up thing is that nobody is awake really to anything, and it's like nobody, you know, the mainstream people that you think you like, and you know, even like Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson and these Joe Rogans and these guys that are mainstream, Jordan Peterson, they're all just so full of shit too, you know. So what do you do, you know? Who do you try to call out? And then that was after going for all the conspiracy theorists, because the conspiracy theorists were the first ones I started calling out, and then realizing that most of them are agents, and then if they're not paid agents, then they're unwilling, conditioned, programmed agents just like the rest of us. But it still comes out to 7.8 billion zombie slaves. So it fucking sucks. I'm watching everything go down all at the same time. Now, this did not make me psychic to be able to predict this, but if you go back on the Miguel Everyone channel, I got maybe 100 parts to the Candace Owens series, unmarked, just marked as dates. But it's kind of good that they're dated, rather than, because if you go back and you look at those videos and you start listening to me talking, I know I don't talk in every video, but the ones that I am talking in, I predicted all of this was going to go down. This was not psychic ability. This was just common sense. You can see it all coming down the road. The part that is not common sense that I'm trying to get everybody to understand is that it's what I'm showing you is the reason why they have to take it all down. The veil is being lifted, and the 7.8 billion zombies, some of them think that they're being awakened, but they're all being awakened by different psyops. Like, for example, all these conservatives, the conservative types that I've been trying to call out for the last couple of years now. Yes, they sound like they make a lot of good points to me, but the problem is that they don't realize that even all of their truths are also lies. So yes, their truths are better than the new so-called truths that are coming in, because the new so-called truths seem so outlandish, but they don't think about their own lies. They only think about these ones, you know, and I can't even say them. If I say, I can't fucking say anything, man. You know, if I was to talk about, let's say, I'll give it a shot. If I was to talk about transgenderism, right, transgender, if I'm to talk about that, to the conservatives, let's say, that are out there talking about that, let's say they're talking about it in sports or athletics or reading hour, book hour, that kind of thing, right? So they're talking about all those things, and they can see that obviously those are really fucked up things that are going on, and they don't make any sense, and it's like mixed upside down world and all that. But they won't go back and look at their own things, simply bringing up some of the bigger ones like the moon landing, right? So they believe that. They believe that with all the fucking nonsense that revolves around that, they can't go back, step themselves zero in math. That the way they're not gonna fucking touch it, they won't touch it. But the biggest one of all is the mineral streets, which I also cannot talk about. Because if you use the word chemtrails, or if you use the word, as a matter of fact, I just use the word mineral streets, and they put in there, Encyclopedia Britannica says that condensation trails caused by just all this, right? So that's useless. So you're gonna get shut down no matter what the fuck we talk about. We're gonna get shut down. So I try to be slick about it. I call them mineral streets. So all these conservative types, when you look at them, even when I'm going to talk about John Campbell, he doesn't notice the mineral street project going on for the last 20, 30 years. You got Biden coming out in the last 2 weeks claiming that, and every president does this, by the way. All of them do some spectacle to see how dumbed down the 7.8 billion slaves are. And it's obvious when they come out and say things like this, and the slaves, yeah, I went to Harvard. I know that it doesn't work that way, right? So Biden comes out and says, yeah, someday we're gonna be spraying the skies with some shit that's gonna block out the sun so we can make it cooler, right? So everybody on Fox News and all these conservatives types out there are all bitching that, oh man, if he was ever to do that, then if they were ever going to do something like that, that doesn't make any sense because of the solar panels and this kind of, and I'm thinking to myself as I'm watching one person after hundreds of them all saying similar things like this, right? And I'm thinking to myself, damn, this is bullshit. How the fuck could they go the last 20, 30 years to not know that we're already doing that? How could they not understand? Because it's beyond that. Because if they think that laying out the mineral streets and is going to make it cooler, no, it doesn't fucking work that way, man. Because the sun is not even what you think it is. So the lies go so fucking deep. They're not, so yeah, they can understand where transgender story book hour seems a little fucky, right? But they can't see these other shit, right? So then you go talk to, let's say, or listen to, I should say, to the conspiracy theorists, so-called, right? The ones that greatly take the label of being conspiracy theorists, usually liberals, the liberal douche. Like, for example, what was his name? Russell Brand. His type, because there's a lot of them too, and a lot of them I like. And he's fun to listen to and everything like that too. But same thing. He sees all these things that are wrong in politics, and he calling out the AI and all this shit, but he doesn't see all the other lies on the other side, So who the fuck do you go to? Who do I call out that would even take a look? I mean, everybody that I called out so far, I've got them on the bullshit list. They're all full of shit. So they're scaring us about things that could really possibly happen. You got some of them calling out nuclear stuff and stuff. But we all let all these things happen all throughout history. So why is now going to be any different? So we're going in for food shortages, right? You got the Canadian Prepper coming out warning us every week about nuclear holocaust and food shortages and stuff like this, and supply line shortages. Yeah, no shit. So 7.8 billion zombies are all going to ignore this. They're all going to, the same way. So they'll notice that, and then, but a lot of them on both sides of the political aisles won't talk about the Lion Mama Kona 19. They can't, because the same reason I can't, because my channel gets shut down. So I can't even talk about it. I can't even play videos of people talking about it. Because if I play videos of anyone talking about it, of course, just say something in the background, and my videos will get, my channel will get shut down, get suspended, strikes, and all that kind of shit. So it's totally controlled. Um, Google owns YouTube. YouTube is, they're all connected, and it's a big fucking conglomerate. And here we playing it. So one of the big things that I've been trying to do since I started this channel, since I figured the system out more and more, I should say, because it took me a year before I even knew that we could use the true creator's energy to communicate with each other, and then it took me even longer to accept what I was doing, and all that kind of shit, because you just don't believe it, even when you're doing it on your own. When you're using the true creator's energy, you're second guessing yourself. You're making sure that you don't bring any of your bio shell human thought with you, conscious thought, whatever, with you when you're properly using it, because you know that it can be manipulated in that way, because we've all been programmed on the human scale, on the bio level. We've all been programmed in all of our different programs. So what I'm trying to show you guys is so big, and it's so important, and it's so easily provable. It's just that everything we've ever heard, learned, thought, taught, programmed is going to go against what it is I'm trying to show you. That's why I'm trying to show it to you rather than tell you about it, because it makes a big difference. I'm wondering if I should try shutting this other light off and see if the fucking screen shows up. I really don't think it has anything to do with glare, though. Maybe. So the near-death experience people, the people, I had interest in making a series to them, and then I watched about, I don't know, probably 50, 60 of their videos. And they've been taking down a lot of rabbit holes themselves, and they're all psyoped out. There are quite a few of them, but it would be just like calling out flat earthers. I already tried that. It doesn't work. They're not going to wake up. They've waken up from the heliocentric lies, but then they go over to these geocentric lies, just like they'll go over to religious lies. But they're all lies. So, we can see for ourselves what it all actually is right here in this realm. And now here these people are talking about bringing you there through death. You have to get at least near death in order to see it for 20 minutes. Fuck that, man. No, they've been psyoped out. So there's a few of them that do, like the first one I listened to, and along with 5 or 6 others, out of 50, 60 people or whatever it was that I listened to. The ones that I made it through, because a lot of them I couldn't even make it through. As soon as they start talking religious nonsense, or the ones that are talking about science and shit like that, which is just another religion, then no, they, whatever they did, they're either working for the enemy, or and they know it or they don't know it. Either way, they're working for the enemy. So. And that's not to say it's all of them, because I did, like I said, here 5 or 6 of them really describing the reality of what things are, but they're describing it also as a one-time experience that they had, that they're always trying to keep memory of. And those people, hopefully they'll come to my videos someday, and they'll have a great awakening when they go and look and see what it is I'm showing them. Because then they'll realize, oh my God, we can fucking see it all around us. We always could. So they're out. So I don't know who to make a series to. If anybody out there, if you guys anybody wants to make a series with me, I know I'm an asshole, and I'm probably, because if you're just coming around and you're not really getting it all, but you want to get more of it faster, then it is easy when you make a series with me, because I'll give you all these different jobs to do. But it is very simple. I mean, you just throw your camera out there here and there, you know what I mean? It's not about us, but if you want to go on camera like this all the time, and stuff like, I'm not going to. I'm just going to do these once in a while. I'll jump in front of the camera, because it seems to appease a certain crowd that, wants to know that I'm a real person, I guess, and not some agent or some shit too, maybe, I don't know. But it does seem to let some people know. In other words, I notice people coming in, seeing some videos, they'll make a, not really a necessarily nice comment, but just make a comment, and then all of a sudden they disappear. Those people might stick around if they didn't just see me as maybe some agency type channel or something like that too, you know. Because again, we are so psyoped out in every which way, it's kind of hard. I was also going to say too that my ideas for calling people out for a long, long time have come from the right side of the screen when I'm going watching YouTube videos, right? So they always give me the list on the side of and who it is. So all of a sudden someone new will come on, and that's what happened with a lot of people. The Canadian Prepper, which I never made a series to because I was already done with him before I really got started. But he's an example. Even John Campbell's another example of that. John, I got turned on to John by different videos I was watching. The algorithm, he was making the algorithm all the time. The last one I did make a series to, Richard Vobes, same thing. Richard Vobes just showed up on the right side of the screen one day in big numbers, you know. And it's funny because most of the videos that I watch are Miguel Everyone and Michael Oziak channel. I watch all the time. It's always fucking on, going on. It drives my family crazy. They don't like it. They're afraid of it. I'm not. You shouldn't be either. Somebody out there should not be. So, so then why the fuck are they always suggesting these things, right? Just like, and it depends on what device too. Because then I got the other one over here, which is the little iPad, and they'll have different opinions because I watch other videos on that one. So I watch a lot of videos. So why on both of these devices, because I also watch a lot of Miguel Everyone and Michael Oziak on the iPad as well. Especially when I first put the videos up, when they first go up, I want to hear what's going on. I want to see what everyone can see. Because it's more than just the visual. There were jets going on all the fucking time. Like, if you watch what's happening with the clouds, what you call clouds, the other day, and I think it's the video after this one, the eraser jets come through. What I call eraser jets. The eraser jets are big. They sound like big bombers, and you can hear them. So I heard two of them, and while I was watching the video, because I wasn't outside with the video, I just put the camera out there and fucking go. That's what I'm saying. It could, because why? Why waste your time, really, right? It's this that we want. I don't need to be there in front of the camera with the shit behind me like this. This is fucking stupid. It's ridiculous. What I'm trying to show you is all around us. It's not here. So this is fucking stupid. It's stupid for anybody to be doing because this is all we should be looking at. The true creator's work, the true creator system. Get to know that. And the false creator / creators just as well. Because it's all going to be important, and there's so many questions that could be answered that are important questions that all of you will have. I get to a lot of questions, I mean by the thousands, and I just let them go. Because you know what? I don't give a fuck about those things. They're quick questions to myself, and I wish somebody was as interested that was out there, because those questions could be easily answered. Mathematical questions, let's say, or things like that. I know the zero is false. I know that zero and infinity are false. They're not real. But I don't have the math skills, nor do I want them, to go put all of that together, right? So I'm always asking anybody else out there, if you're a fucking mathematician, if you're a realist, and you have a half a fucking wit, I'd like your help. Come help me, please. Because you could put it together like that, and then what would happen is, because I had my young sons, friends from school, I have to be careful because their parents would not like, I have to word everything carefully. But they helped me with the math, and I gave them 20 bucks, right? Because what he did was so simple. I had already done it myself, but I just could not get it through my head. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 28, 29, 31, 32, 33, 34. You see I'm skipping the zeros? Don't need them. They were not there before. We put them in. The humans did. We're fucking liars. So anyway, he did that for me. After I mean, again, I did it myself too, but it just doesn't seem realistic. Same thing with the clock, which I tried showing you guys the clock in an earlier video, and it was all blurry too. My cameras are all fucking dirty and scummed up, so that's just the way it goes. Just like my trash mouth, it's just the way it goes. So who the hell do I call out, right? So you got all these people coming up on the right-hand side of the screen that I know that YouTube is driving to me. If I try to look up people individually, but then you also still take the chance of getting agents almost every fucking time. You always end up with if I meet somebody that I like, Richard Vobes. Richard Vobes he's all over the fucking place now, and he's not good at all. And I like him. He seems like a nice enough guy, but he's definitely not gonna help me, because anybody that's watching him, I made it maybe 3-4 weeks, and that was mostly because I was making my videos about his videos. I was going to his trees, his clouds, his backgrounds, human skin, whatever, in his videos, and extracting the imagery, the EMNC. And that's probably why I made it that long, because then in the next 2 to 3 weeks after that, I'm watching everything that he's doing. And now, this is definitely a real true thing as far as using the true creator's energy for us to communicate. It's a given. I've explained this many, many times in other videos and stuff over the years, and I always use the story of, the brother in California and the sister in Massachusetts, and one cuts their finger off, and while they're in the hospital having stitches and everything, the other one is going to the emergency room claiming that their hand is killing them, and it's got a really strong pain, and then they talk later, and isn't that's what it is. We all are connected in the true creator's energy. It's all one. So that's a reality. So I'm not going to go back and delete the videos where you hear me talking to Richard Vobes about connecting with him. I'm watching his videos and listening to some stories that he was saying that's telling me that those were the days that I was connecting with him. He is also at that same time in his, what he calls the hell's he call it? It's like a perpetual state of silence, and then he said he woke up, and then it was like maybe down for like 20 minutes, and he couldn't remember anything, and he couldn't even remember how he got to bed, into bed, and all this kind of crap. So that might have been one of the times that I was connecting with him. He was not getting it. He said he couldn't remember anything. So in other words, he doesn't know how to use it. He just feels like someone's trying to connect with him. Now I know it's a strong claim to make to say that was me that was trying to connect with him out of 7.8 billion zombie slaves. How come it wasn't his girlfriend or his kids or somebody else that was maybe trying to connect? And it could have been. It could have been. Because time doesn't matter in the true creator's energy. That's my point. Is that time does not matter. So even when you're using this energy to communicate with each other, Candace Owens was not getting me on the very seconds that I was putting the videos together, because doesn't have it either. She has it, but I'm saying she doesn't realize that she has it. She thinks it's all about this, the bio realm, right? So when she all of a sudden feels something, strong, because I actually cried. I broke down and cried like 2-3 times during the Candace Owens series. So during that series, I knew that I was getting it back from her. I didn't feel tears and sadness and anything with Richard Vobes, but I did feel that we were going to connect. I felt that I was connecting. So I figured, okay, it's only going to be a matter of time now. Someone's going to bring him the videos, then he'll put it all together and say, oh, the day that I felt this, the day that I felt that, this weirdo was making me videos and messaging me and letting me know that he was going to be doing this, but I didn't know. I didn't know that's why I broke down and cried and that kind of thing, right? Because you don't know why you're so sad. Kind of like if somebody, I've noticed this since finding the system, it's this way all the time. When people pass in your life that are close to you, you learn so much more about the energy and how it works. Sometimes I never finish my sentences, so I'll try to finish this one this time, because I've said this before and then I never finish the sentence. I'm fucking weird. When the bioshell hits the ground and the bioshell's gone, we just go right back to the true creator's energy. There's no conscious thought in the true creator's energy. It's not a conscious thought. It's way beyond anything conscious or subconscious that we, as humans, when we become humans, we care about. That's one of the big problems that I have about reincarnation, is that we bury our dead. We embalm them and bury them. So if we really want that person that we just embalmed and buried to come back as themselves, because that is definitely a very good possibility, but you have to put their carbons back to the system. Otherwise, you're not going to get that person. So then when that energy re-enters, now how that works and what energies are picked, I can only tell you that the moon is the decider. That is the electromagnetic nanocarbon regulator that regulates the energies that are come into the bio realm. So that has to all been looked at. That's what I'm saying. There's plenty for everyone to do, because someone has to pick up on all that, because I really don't feel I have the fucking time, and I really don't care enough about it, but I know there's something there to it. In other words, feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast. So feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast were the true creator's images. That's all they were images. So the false creator / creator built the biosystem, stealing the true creator's work. Everything, the energy and the imagery. Feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast. Remember? And then we're here. What about everything else? So then the humans come in and divide Adam ourselves. Humans come in, divide Adam, and that's where everything else came from, other than feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast. The idea of evolution, yes, there is a such thing as evolution, but it's nothing like we were told. And it has nothing to do with what we were told. So knowing all this and putting all this together, somebody has to be putting this all together so that, okay, here, for the example that I'm trying to make is this. Every blade of grass is an energy. But they're not given souls. They're not given the kind of energies that we're giving as feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast. Then I got to take it beyond that, because there are a lot of species that possess a mirror neuron without possessing a mirror neuron manipulator. I don't know. I probably have to look at it. The manatees, the dolphin, I think some whales. Lots of other creatures that have a mirror neuron. So that alone makes me suspicious that they also are designated, which are not feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast. Anyways, so the things that are not feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast, in other words, derived